and I'm not afraid anymore. I will be out of my comfort zone probably mostly because I have to ask people for help with something. And in doing that, that makes me feel very vulnerable in getting feedback from people and hearing what they have to say. But I'm not nervous about it. I know that being out of my comfort zone is where the growth is going to happen. Hi, and welcome to Accounting with Confidence. I'm your host, Beth Whitworth, and today I'm here doing something completely new, and my topic is being out of your comfort zone. So, the new part of this is that I'm putting my podcast onto video, and I realized that, yes, this is something I need to do, that it will help me connect with people and be more present inside of the podcast. I realized that I don't know all the things. I've done video before. I hate editing video. I am worried about what's in my background. And I realized I just have to do it. I can make things better as I go, but sometimes you just have to jump out of your comfort zone and get something done. Now, the topic of being in your comfort zone came to me very recently. In the last month or so, I've been thrown into situations that I have been felt completely out of my depth. And I wanted to talk today about how that made me feel, how I came through it, and how that could maybe help you as you try to navigate things that are outside of your comfort zone. So, in today's episode, I am also bringing something new, which is going to be a shorter episode. I'm calling these confidence boosters. So these should be some kind of quick hits of things that can maybe help you or you can learn from me in building your confidence, whether it's in running your business, whether it's in trying something new, whatever it is. So here I am working absolutely outside of my comfort zone, being on video, showing you, what's happening here in my world, and also talking about these circumstances that I was in that made me uncomfortable. So the first one, I'm a part of a group that is working with other accounting firm owners that is focused on growth. And the way this is structured is that there's 8 or 10 or 12 of us maybe in this group, and each month two people have to present. They present about their company. What have they done? What's been good? What's been bad? Where are they trying to get to? And it's all about growing your firm. And you have to at the end ask, the group for things that you would like help with. And this month was not my turn to present, but I sat there with the two firms that did present and felt like I didn't belong in the room. It was one of those things where they were already way ahead of me in so many things. And I have to present next time. So I got done with that call and was thinking, I don't belong here. I need to get out of this group before I present because everybody's going to be like, what are you doing here? So I talked to my coach about it and she said, you do belong there. You're out of your comfort zone. And the most growth that will happen to you is when you're out of your comfort zone. And I thought about it and I wasn't buying into it. Believe it or not, I was not. I was like, nope, Kim, I still don't know that I belong here, but I will keep going. Shortly after that, I got invited to a conference. It was a retreat type conference for accounting firm influencers, I guess is what you would call that. And I had a last minute invitation to this conference and I had heard of it. And it's put on by Heather Satterley and Liz Scott. And they bring people together just to um, brainstorm and bring educational seminars and just all kinds of great things. But I knew nothing about um, going there or really hardly anybody that was going to be there did I actually know in person. Booked a flight, flew out to Tucson and got there and immediately was like, what am I doing here? this isn't for me. I'm nervous. There were names there that I recognized and knew and had heard of and just felt like, okay, I'm not in their league. What am I doing here? And I was so far out of my comfort zone. So far. Like I was thinking I have to do this for 4 days. Can I get an earlier flight home? But what happened is I broke the ice a little bit, but someone said in one of the sessions, and I don't even remember, who said it or why they said it, but they said, if you're in the room, you belong in the room. And that hit me. That was like, okay, wait, I'm in the room, so I belong here. And once I kind of turned that corner, I was able to say, okay, wait a second. What can I get out of this? Who can I meet? Who can I connect with? Who can I help move forward and who could help me move forward? Is also out of their comfort zone, but, essentially slogging through it anyway and trying to get the most out of it. And once I turned that corner, I was able to take the experience and say, yeah, I belong here. And still out of my comfort zone. I mean, I did things like outdoor yoga at 7 a.m. I did things like talking on video, just having to tell a quick story about things that make me happy, and I did it. I mean, I went through all of it. I made some great connections, but it was so far out of my comfort zone. And so here, part of this push has been to, okay, get on video. My marketing guy has said, you need to get on video. Some of the sessions that we had inside of this retreat talked about being comfortable on video. And so here I am. And I got stuff in my background here. I need to get it cleaned up. I know it, but I don't want it to hold me back from actually getting something done. So here I am talking to you about being out of your comfort zone. Now, I will say that having those couple of experiences last month helped me get to where I was today, which was to go to the monthly Chamber of Commerce luncheon that I belong to the chamber. And I somewhat dread those events because, again, I have some social anxiety. And so when I don't want to walk up to people and introduce myself, but I did it. I went to that today and I took that thought from that retreat and that message, which was, if you're in the room, you belong in the room. And I went to the chamber lunch and said, okay, what am I in the room for? I'm in the room to connect with other people. I'm in the room to support my community. I'm in the room to be part of something. And so what can I bring to the table? What can I, tell people about me that might help them? I ran into one of my existing clients. I made a connection with a financial advisor who's looking for good accountants in the area that maybe we could help. And I talked to them about how, I work on a subscription arrangement. We don't bill by the hour. We don't have overtime. We do all these things to make it a better work experience so that my employees and my team give better service to our clients. And I was in a completely different frame of mind going to that luncheon today, knowing that I'm in the room and I belong in the room, and I am here to help and serve. And I kind of got past that whole that anxiety over it and being out of my comfort zone. And in doing all of these things, I circle back to this presentation I have to give about, my company, how I got where I am, what do I need help with that's in this small growth group that I'm working with. And I'm not afraid anymore. I will be out of my comfort zone probably mostly because I have to ask people for help with something. And in doing that, that makes me feel very vulnerable in getting feedback from people and hearing what they have to say. But I'm not nervous about it. I know that being out of my comfort zone is where the growth is going to happen. So my challenge to you is to do something outside of your comfort zone, whether it's go to a new exercise class, whether it is to go to an event that you are a little nervous about attending, whether it's talking to somebody at the coffee shop, whatever those things are that put you out of your comfort zone, do one, try one. And you'd be amazed at how overcoming that and realizing that if you're in the room, you belong in the room, that um, it it's amazing. It definitely is where you're uncomfortable is where you grow. Okay, that's what I have for today. I hope you enjoyed the fact that I am now on video. You can still listen to the podcast without the video. If you're listening to the podcast, you aren't seeing the clutter behind me that I'm a little embarrassed by, but then again, I'm like, this is me. This is where I work. This is where I spend all my time. Things accumulate behind me. Most have a meaning and a message for me. So that's what's there. But if you're listening online, feel free to leave me some fan mail. You can click the link under wherever you're listening to this podcast and let me know what you're going to do to get out of your comfort zone. Okay, everybody, until next time, this was your very first confidence booster, and I'll be back later with a full episode. Bye for now.